What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And on today's podcast, I will be talking about the mindset you need to have if you want to lose the weight and keep it off. But before we dig in, thank you so much for listening to the show. If you've enjoyed it, or if you've learned something, if you've been an avid listener, if you could rate the show, subscribe, or share it. That just helps me help more people, which is the goal of this show. Because the more ratings, reviews, stars, comments, the more people see it. And there's a lot of crap out there. And the stuff I talk about is not that controversial or exciting. I mean, I think it's exciting, but it's not like extreme. So it tends to get less traction, right? So I'm not talking about extreme diets that help you lose 10 pounds in a week. I'm talking about forever long-term sustainability, which takes time. So I talk about boring but important stuff. I'd say today's is a little bit more exciting, kind of, depends. But yeah, thank you for listening. And now let's get to the episode. I will apologize firstly because didn't realize it was daylight savings. I thought they got rid of that. Apparently not. So I lost an hour of sleep, as most of you have, and I just feel a little groggy today. And behind. Like, I feel like I lost, which I did. Actually, so I technically did sleep the same amount, but my alarm is a mechanical, like, clock. Like, it's not a satellite, Wi-Fi, internet connected thing. It's digital, but it's not like my phone. So I woke up an hour later, and I don't know why. I just feel really tired today. So I'm going to blame the time change. So give me grace, please. Anyway, yes, the mindset you need to have. So I've been chatting with a lot of clients. Well, I always do. I always chat with my clients pretty regularly. But I've had a lot of my clients recently have been doing some negative self-talk, like just not talking to themselves very kindly. And so I wanted to talk about the mindset that you need to have if you want to see sustainable results and lasting results, because that's really important. Mindset is crucial. I've talked about this before. I'm not a huge study person. Like, I don't memorize studies or other things, but I know there are studies that show how you talk to yourself and your mood and mindset around things does affect your body at a cellular level. It affects your overall mental wellness and resiliency. So how you talk to yourself matters. So what mindset do you actually need to have to see sustainable results? You need to come from a place of love and care. So oftentimes, I do this too. We don't talk to ourselves very kindly. We wouldn't talk to our spouse, our friends, our family members, loved ones, parents, the way we talk to ourselves. And that's a red flag. If this is you, if this resonates with you, then stop it. Knock it off. You deserve better. You deserve to talk to yourself better. You don't, stop being a bitch ass to yourself. We all do it. I do it. I'm a lot better at it than I used to be. Because if you're constantly beating yourself up or talking down about yourself, it kind of creates this pattern that you feel like you don't deserve to be in a better place. You don't deserve to be healthy. You don't deserve love and care, which is not true. We all deserve love and care. And if you come from a place of more self-hate, flagellation, is that like a thing? Self-hate, frustration with yourself, you will probably do things out of self-hate instead of self-care, which will make them unsustainable. And so, for example, a common one is people feeling like they need to be beat up at the end of a workout. And if they don't feel like like they're exhausted, drenched, burnt out, then it wasn't a good workout. That actually tends to be counterproductive sometimes, depending on what the goal is. And so sometimes we'll do things that are really hard to punish ourselves. And then if the way you're exercising is in a way to punish yourself, you're not going to want to keep doing it once you get to where you want to be, right? Because you've developed a poor relationship with exercise. Exercise is a tool to punish yourself instead of a tool to care for yourself and keep yourself healthy and love yourself and love your body and take care of yourself. So when you come from a place of self-care, self-love, then you tend to make choices that are more loving and more sustainable and more healthy, which makes it more sustainable. So, for example, when I used to, I've always been very hard on myself, just in general. But when I was really struggling with my body image and my weight, I would do things literally to punish myself. Like, oh, I had a beer last night. I'm not going to eat all day and I'm going to do a 2-a-day workout. Then it starts a cycle because I restricted, right? And then the next time I get a beer, I don't just get one, I get two because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get one is. And then I'm going to punish myself anyway. So it kind of leads to this unhealthy relationship with food and with exercise. I used to fast and avoid foods that I loved because I thought they would make me fat. And I didn't deserve them because I didn't look the way that I feel like I should look or the way that I wanted to look because I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. So that's why, like, oftentimes just in general, the way we talk to ourselves matters, right? Because that shifts your perspective and your mindset around things. But two, if, like, just in general, if we try to make these changes from a place of self-hate, then that's going to lead to things that punish ourselves or lead to a kind of like a child. Like, it's like, you did this bad thing. You have to go to your room. So if you're like I was as a child, then you're like going to rebel when you become unpunished. Or next time you might do something worse because you're going to get punished anyway. Right? It's like, well, this is going to happen anyway, so I might as well make the most of this night out with beer and have like 3 beers instead of like 2 or 1 or none. And the irony is when you come from a place of self-love, self-care, then you start to make better decisions in general that are going to serve you long-term. Like, for example, today, I was going to do cardio. As I said, I feel really rough because of the weird, stupid daylight savings thing. And my hamstrings are kind of sore. And I'm really, really tired. Like, I'm pretty exhausted. I was going to do cardio and I'm like, you know what? Like, yeah, I would like to do cardio, but I'm really tired and my hamstrings are kind of sore and tight. And so I'm just going to take the day off. And I know, hey, when I feel better, I will get more out of the workout. But 2, I won't be resentful that I spent the time to do that. And then I might be even more sore tomorrow, which will make it harder to hit my strength training session at 100%. So that's kind of mindset shift around things. So anyway, how you talk to yourself matters. Where you're coming, like what your fitness journey is rooted in matters, because that's going to help you make better decisions that are going to serve you long term. Because again, like when I would feel like I overindulged, I would over exercise in order to like punish myself or burn off, quote unquote, burn off the extra calories, or the workouts I would do wouldn't necessarily focus on strength, but kind of like punishment, which isn't necessarily yielding the results you want. Because if you're doing a HIIT, high intensity training session, just focused on sweating and pain, probably not building muscle, right? It's not as optimal to build muscle. Whereas the best thing to do if like you overindulged one day, one is just to get back into the regular routine, regular swing of things. But actually it would really benefit a training session, because the more calories you have, the surplus of calories that you had, that will help you push strength, which will help you build muscle, which will help your metabolic rate overall, which will help your fat loss results long term, which is what most people want. Overall, which is cool, there's kind of a shift. Like a lot of people that I'm working with, they want to be healthy, but they also have body composition goals. And the cool thing is to get to a healthy body composition, because I don't train or coach bikini competitors or bodybuilders of any type. I mean, I'll coach people to build specific muscles of the body, but I'm not doing any physique competitor athlete sort of things, which tends to be more unhealthy side of thing as you're getting to really, really low body composition. And sometimes they do things that are not healthy long term that you can't sustain. So anyway, point being, most people that come to me want to change their body composition, but they also want to get healthier and be able to maintain it. So, if you're doing things out of punishment, self-hate, one, you're never going to get to that body composition because you'll rebound after you get there, because it's like, the chains are off. I don't have to fast every day anymore. I don't have to restrict carbs. Then boom, you do all the stuff. And one, you don't have to fast and you don't have to restrict carbs to get the body composition that you want. But those are all common things. This is what I used to do for weight loss. But one, if you do that, you'll probably lose muscle. So you probably won't get that toned physique that you want. And when you get there, it's unsustainable because the foods that you love and the things you like to do, you restricted them for so long that you didn't find a nice balance of what are something I can do that will, like for ice cream, or I don't know, like burgers. If you say, I can't eat carbs all the time or yada yada, you'll never learn how to make a more macro-friendly burger at home. You'll never learn how to make ice cream that is healthier, that tastes really good. Highly recommend a Ninja Creami if you don't have one already. Also, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just love mine. I've had it for 3 years and I've used it almost every day for 3 years. It's awesome. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense, right? Because if you're coming from a place of self-love, self-care, how do I get my body healthy? How do I sustain this? You're going to get to where you need to go. You will. Without sacrificing the things. I mean, there's going to be periods of imbalances where maybe you can't go out to eat as often as you'd like when you're trying to change your body composition. But you can still go out to eat sometimes, right? And eventually you'll be able to go out to eat a couple more times, So there are some periods of restriction. But overall, it's a more balanced approach that's going to be long lasting. So stop talking down to yourself. You deserve better. Treat yourself like you would treat a friend, your kid, your spouse, significant other. And if your fitness journey is rooted in self-hate, switch that paradigm. Do it out of self-love. Do it out of deserving to be healthy. Because you do deserve to be healthy. I believe every single person deserves to have a long, healthy life. But not everybody does the things that need to be done in order to do that, which is a hard thing. Because it's choices. At the end of the day, the people who choose the things that are best for their body are the people who are going to have those healthy fun, enjoyable lifespan, right? But not everybody makes that choice. But everybody deserves to make those choices and has the right to make those choices and deserves to be loved and cared for by themselves. So anyway, this is a little bit different kind of episode, but just I thought this was important to talk about because oftentimes, like I used to do this and a lot of my clients do it and I tell them to knock it off when we're on calls, but don't do that. Don't talk to yourself that way. It's okay to be honest with yourself. Like, hey, maybe you're like, hey, I realize I'm not doing the things I need to do to get to where I want to go, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just acknowledge it. And then from there, what is the next best thing for you to do? Right? It's probably to start figuring out what is causing you to stumble, what is causing you to avoid the things you know you should be doing. And if that's something you need help with, that's what I do with clients all the time. We figure out like, hey, what is the biggest hurdle that's preventing you from getting your workouts in? I will make adjustments with my clients. If the plan isn't working, then it's not the right plan for the current time, right? We make adjustments, but sometimes still there's hurdles and it's like, I know you can do this. So what is really preventing you? And then we work through it and we figure it out. That way they can take action and see the results that they want. So anyway, if this is something that you struggle with, just shoot me a message. We can set up a time to chat, see what working together would be like, if that's something you're interested in. And if not, that's okay. But when you are ready, I will be here ready to give you a hand. So anyway, thank you for listening. And if you've enjoyed the episode, please rate the show, share the show, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.